Heyo, I'm back. It's been a while on my side of things. Whether or not it has been on yours, who knows? Let me just do a quick check. It's been a week and a day since I recorded the last one, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, between, I don't know if I've gotten much else. I honestly don't remember because it has been so long. But I upgraded the tank to Signalum, which I may as well use this. Holds 320,000 millibuckets, which is 320 buckets worth of, in this case, it was the Galacticraft oil. Everything's progressing nicely. Got this going on. It's at 318 million units of energy, which is pretty great. I've just had that running in the background every once in a while, pretty much whenever I come on and just do mining or looking at stuff. And if what button am I pressing? And if you remember, I've claimed and loaded this chunk, or these chunks. So that's just gonna happen. Actually, just to be sure. No, it's shift. There we go. Just to be sure, let's double make sure even this is loaded. Just because it's on the border. Anyway, I got that, which is pretty sweet. I've started getting prepared for the enchanter withholding. I've done the big ass tank, that's done, as you can see. But I've started getting ready for this extreme reactor nuclear power plant, and also for an enchanter withholding, which I think I just said. Just so you know, where the oil came from is all the way over here when I was looking for the silicon and such, the presses for AE2, which I do want to get into pretty soon because my blocks are very full, but that's going to take a lot more prep. It was all the way over here, just give me a sec. Ow. Just down here, steady on. Literally right here. This is where I came when I was looking for the thing. I forget where it is, but the important thing was I found this oil and I went to the top of it, which is all the way over here. I made myself an electric pump from Mechanism and took my cell just because it needs power. And oh crap, I fell in. The way that this pump works, just so you know, power goes in here, fluid comes out the top, and it needs to be placed directly on top of a source block of whatever liquid you're trying to get. I don't think it matters what liquid. Also has an internal storage of 10 buckets. But as long as it starts on a source block, it will search for source blocks near it. In this case, it's gone down for some reason. But yeah, I've transported all of it into the thing back home. So, that's where that came from. Now, before I get into something else that you may have noticed, let's go ahead and build with... Oh, crap, I need 4. I didn't think that far ahead, apparently. Iron, obsidian. All needs to be crushed. Yep. Okay, fine. There we go. And I guess I got some free sulfur from it, I don't know. There we go. So book in the middle, couple of diamonds, the thingy goes there, and dark steel there. Beauty. We have an enchanter. I'm going to put it in here. That will do. Yeah, it's only going to go for 3 because I'm somehow missing 2 chests. I don't know where they went. Yeah, I don't know where they went. Also, I think this is the first recording I've done with my new mouse. I got a new one because the old one kept double-clicking in the center, as I would often complain about. So I've gone and just upgraded it completely. Now, if I'm correct, book and quill, stack of chests, which is a lot of wood, and then 12 lapis, which is nothing. Gives you a holding 4, which is the highest holding you can get. And we'll use 25 levels. Then, I need an anvil. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I'm not hurting for iron, so I don't mind. I don't care. There it'll go. Then when I get my Tome of Knowledge, you can also use it with things like reservoirs and even energy cells. But you chuck that in with this, and it gets, I think, 3 times. Yeah, literally 3 times. That's very easy to tell. The storage capability, which means I can go ahead and store way more experience for when I need it later, should I need to enchant anything else with anything else. Alright. Preliminary stuff out of the way. That is done. I have no short-term goals. That's kind of interesting. I'm not very far into the Enderman thing. I've literally just got the soul, and nothing else has happened, but we'll get there eventually. I want extreme reactor nuclear power plant. So, I've done the maths, and I've done the initial block creation, because it was just kind of tedious. Where was I going with that sentence? So I can build it and then show you what I did with it. Just quickly before, just because I noticed, I've set up something in here, because this thing fills up damn quick. Like, this has been, I've emptied this before and like combined so many things into fully full durability bows, and I've turned a lot of the like gold armor that drops down into fully repaired and then smelted it down to bars, because it's gold, I may as well. I've even taken some glowstone pants for myself, but this thing is quick to generate. So something I did was install this. It's a tin lever because I didn't have any sticks and I didn't want to make them for some reason. That goes out the back. I'll just quickly show you. I don't know why it takes me this long to show. But that goes out the back over to this. So there's the block that it's on, into red alloy wire. Now red alloy wire is, I can't bother searching it. You get 12 wire from 3 red alloy ingot, I think it's called, which is made by smelting a pre-material which is iron surrounded by redstone. So, why not? Okay. Red alloy wire, you get 12 from red alloy ingot, red alloy compound, smelted, bada bing, bada boom. This took me 3 just because of how deep everything is and how much around I had to go, because this takes 2. Anyway, I've got them, apparently it just goes to the next block, so I've got a couple lamps set up so I can turn off the mob spawning when I want to, just because they kind of get out of hand. Something else I noticed was quickly when I installed apple skin or whatever it was called, something there. Cooked meat is back to normal, so you get more saturation from the jerky, but the actual like primary food unit, I don't know what you want to call it, is the same as it should be. So I'm just going to start smelting them instead of drying them. Anyway, long story short, I guess that's off, and then if I switch that I can turn it back on, but I don't want to. So long story short, I have a reactor. Well, I have the bits for it. This is to make it 5 by 5 and then 4 tall, so 5 by 5 by 4. That's how I will word it. Depends if you want to use, X, Y, Z, in which case it's 5 by 4 by 5. I'm going to chuck it in this wall. 3, 4, 5. Very nice. It actually matches the extra hole I made here. And this is actually going to take me a bit more than just setting it up. Number 1, I'll show you what it took, just so you get an idea. Number 2, I will actually need to get some coolant, because coolant raises efficiency. I'm assuming these can explode. I don't honestly know. No one ever brings it up whenever I watch videos, because I don't understand how the mod works, so I, watch videos, mod spotlights, etc. Tutorials, that sort of stuff. But yeah, I don't quite understand all these mods, so I look them up, and no one ever mentions explosions. So I'm just going to assume that they don't. For power, I've made Elite Universal Cable just in case, because these things produce like upwards of 800,000 RF a tick, and I don't know if the basic will cut it. So actually, let's just quickly replace that. lovely and blue. Look at that. So the elite ones are made, pretty much you start with your 8, and then those 8 plus rich alloy, which I had a spare 2 of, which I only used 1, turn into advanced, spare reinforced that I had turns into elite. I just figured it's the best way, considering this will produce a lot of power. Now, assuming my maths is correct, and I mean it isn't always, this is how it works. So you need to have a flat base. I think the base needs to be flat. I honestly don't know. And then the kind of skeleton of it needs to be made of this casing. And I should have made enough to fill in my desires, which in this case I think I have done. I shall hope I've done. So I'm only going to have 1 fuel cell because this took enough time as it is, because this requires reactor casing, which requires all this graphite. When I did the maths, for this to fit a 55554, that's 4 high, including 2 access ports, because you need 1 for input, 1 for output, a control rod which goes on top of the fuel rod, controller, and the actual energy output, I needed exactly 100 reactor casing. And you get 4 per recipe, so you needed 100 iron, 100 that's coal smelted into graphite, and then 25 of these, which means even more iron, which means another 100 iron, another 50 graphite, 50 gold, and 25 redstone. So it was just me crafting that. And then these all require their own specific, that would be where my chests went. But they need their own specific things. Now, the fuel rods need to be capped with the control rod, so I'll chuck it up there. And then, oh, they produce light, that's nice. Then we finish off the walls. And I've actually made too many. But that's okay. So I'm going to check my controller. Actually, I'll do redstone here. So that's my output directly into this. I'll put the controller on top and then input and output. So I'll have this as input, so that's how it starts. And this one over here, I'll be output, which you click and it turns to blue. Now, okay, I've actually made the right amount because these couldn't be made in 4. I just don't know where my maths went, but anyway, I'm actually going to turn those into glass just because that's cooler, but I'm not going to fill it yet because, like I said earlier, and didn't continue from, I will need coolant. So you can make reactor casing into reactor glass, which works just the same, but you can see through it just with some glass next to it. So anyway, if I was to do that, look at that, bada bing, bada boom, we have a reactor with a whole lot of information. This is what's inside my fuel rod. It will show you a cumulative if you have multiple. I don't. As you can see, it is 0% full because I have not put any input. As energy is produced from that, it depletes it into cyanite. So it goes from yellorium, which is just uranium in most mod packs, they have it configured, and then goes into cyanite as it depletes and produces energy. This is a casing heat, this is a core heat. I don't know how they relate. High heat raises energy output and coolant conversion. Core heat is transferable, transferred to the casing. High heat raises fuel usage, so it produces it faster, but I think less efficient. It has internal buffer, but whatever. I don't know what the hell half this stuff means. Basically, this is what your temperature is that you're worried about. This is how much it produces. This is how much fuel it uses over time, and I don't really know. But like I said, I don't want to now fill this in yet because I want to have some coolant. In this case, I'm going to want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's 16. It's just 8 times 2. 16 buckets worth of something fun. Now, water sucks. Basically, it does nothing. You can use destabilized redstone added by Thermal Foundation, which is like honestly very easy to make because 10 redstone turn into a bucket worth. So I could use, was that 20 blocks worth? Yes? No, because 10 turns into a thing. No, I need 16. It's 16 buckets. Just 100s. Anyway, I could use redstone and it's actually not bad. You can use the not molten ender, resonant ender. But that's a bit of a waste, especially when I need those to go to the end. So what I'm going to use instead is gelid cryothium, which I have sort of made before in that I've made cryothium dust because it's used for the signalum upgrades, and that may be it because I haven't made any of these yet. But yeah, this isn't too hard to make because it's just snowballs and redstone. They're easy enough to find. Blizz powder comes from blizz rods, which are dropped by blizzes, just like blaze powder is made from blaze rods dropped by blazes. But blizz rods are damn hard to get. So instead, you go to fluid transpose and chuck XP into snowballs. Now, one of these will make a quarter of a bucket's worth, which means I will need 4 of these to make 1 bucket, which means I need 16 times 4, which is 64, very nice and easy, which means I need 2 stacks worth, which will also mean that I need 2 stacks worth of blizz powder, which means I will need, snowballs don't even stack into 64, but I need 4 stacks, which means I need a lot. So let's get started on that. Snowballs. There they are. Yeah, I need to go get some more. There's snow all the way over there. Yeah, give me a sec, I'll come back when I've got snowballs. So while I'm here, just because if my maths is correct, so I need 16 gelid cryothium like buckets, which means I need 64 cryothium dust. Because it makes 2, but it comes from 2, it's a 1-to-1, which means I need 64 blizz powder. 64 of these needs 2 stacks of snowballs, because 2 is to 1. Snowballs stack in 16s, so I need 4 16s, so 4 like snowball stacks to make a full stack, which means I need 8 stacks of snowballs. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's how many snowballs I need. Cool. Yeah, back to it. Okie dokie. It's a good thing I made this tome of knowledge because I'm going to need a lot of levels for this. So, amidst this lovely sound, we go to the fluid transposer. We chuck our snowballs in and we chuck some experience in. That is going to take forever. Holy crap. Wow, okay. I'm going to borrow this again. This I want to have input on the top. Oh, they're stacking here for some reason. Oh, that's weird. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess I'll upgrade it then. Let's do some upgrading. I will need, might as well do it this way, 2 of these. I need an electrum gear. And then I will need, no, it's silver gear with electrum around it. There we go. 2, 4. Do I have a spares? I have a spare silver gear, disregard. But then electrum around it. Here. This is how I make like the hardened glass quickly. I brought iron like an idiot. Bing. Quartz. Because 4 quartz is to 1, so you chuck 2 blocks in instead and it just makes 2. Because it's block glass hardened, which is all that matters. Then I alloy in these 2. Silver. Any hardened glass, it's easier than the lead and obsidian one. Bada bing, bada boom. Upgrade kit. Hopefully this will increase its power. If I do augment. This one, maximum power usage, which is basically processing speed, but needs more energy. Who cares? That's just, I'm going to chuck 10. No, even better, I've already got them. So that should make it produce these a bit faster. But holy crap, that's going to take forever. Alrighty, I've sat through all this. I quickly went and got some snowballs because I realized I'm big dumb. These require snowballs. Anyway, stack of snowballs. Crap, I do need 2, don't I? No, I only need half a stack. Oh, whatever. Let's see, so I'll need another half stack, which is, let's grab 4. And let's make us some of this. And of course it's only going to do it in pieces. Let's just do that. There we go, and I've got some extra snowballs for my troubles. Very nice. So that's probably, have I filled that? I have filled that. Let's take that back out. Very nice. And take these back out, chuck them back where they came from, and start the arduous task of melting this down. And this only holds 10 buckets, so I'm going to have to intervene now. I made a reservoir earlier because I was thinking of putting water. How do you, what the hell of it? How do you use V to change it? Anyway, I thought I was going to be using water. Turns out that's not what I'll be doing because water is inefficient. So I better empty this somewhere. Let's just go back over to where the squids are, I guess. I want empty. There we go. No, don't. While I'm here, I'm just going to kill some squids because I can. Give me your squiddy goodness. Very nice. Alrighty. So, while I'm waiting, there we go. Let's do fill mode. Oh, okay, you can hold non-exact bucket amounts. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so I'll use this to store basically what produces and then come back in a little bit because that's going to take forever. Great. Alrighty, we're done. That took too long. So, let's throw caution to the wind. I have a theory this is going to hurt me. Yep, putty. Okay. So, we're... I'm going to take that back up. Because I need to fill this twice. What I'm going to do, therefore, something I probably should have done first, which is actually to excavate this. Alright, cool. In fact, keep forgetting how quickly this gets rid of dirt. We're going to have a little access port. Very nice. So I don't accidentally go and kill myself. Like that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I believe. Let's chuck this bad boy down. Yeah, see, this thing just makes snow. Crazy. When I come back to snow, I don't know why I'm getting rid of it. Then go back up this little hole I still haven't fixed because it's useful. And obtain. Very nice. Even though it's on empty mode. Let's get that glass back. Then here's how we're going to do it. We're going to grab our casing. 1, cover it. 1, cover it. 1, cover it. Crouch. 1, cover it. Guess crouching doesn't work. 1, cover. 1, cover. 1, cover. 1, cover. And I guess it's just gonna always make snow. Unless... yeah, that's just always going to be snow-filled. Cool. What about these? Are these going to stay, or is that just because it poured out? Cool. Okay, now, before this all takes much too long, what the hell's going on with the input? Anyway, so if I remember correctly, it's going to do 120. If I get my provider, output rate 64 kilojoules. I think it was about 120 RF per tick. That's output. Input shouldn't actually matter, I think. What am I doing? That's right, getting uranium. I know what I'm doing. Don't pretend like I don't know otherwise. Alright, sick. There's uses for cyanite. I'm bringing it up now, which will come out of the blue one. I don't know what they are yet, but if I chuck that in, so it takes 8 for some reason. Okay, so one like uranium or yellowite bar apparently translates to 1,000 millibars. I don't know how that happens, but 1,000 is an ingot. Just consider it that way. And then when this depletes, when I get 1,000 depleted, uranium, I guess it'll come out here as cyanide. So that's in. Let's activate the reactor. Look at it go. There's no buffer. This is producing, 900 RF a tick. I do, again, only have one rod going, although it may be considered 2, I'm not sure. Other ones I've seen have been, it was the 9000 when it was a 7x7 actually, because it had an X in the center, which means it needs to be 5x5 internally. Anyway, this thing's producing 912 RF per tick, roughly. It's changes. It's only using, 5% of a bucket or an ingot per tick. So that's going to go down very slowly. And you'll see this is only 0.7 depleted, so you're not going to see any output, any blue. This thing changes to blue when it depletes. Maybe when it gets to 1, we'll have a C. When the waste is 80, that should be 0.1. Okay, not yet. So yeah, this is keeping it nice and cool. Nice and cool, apparently, 300 degrees, 3 times boiling point of water. And this is just going to fill up. And then if I need to, I can deactivate the reactor. And apparently, that will keep powering. until it cools all the way down. So it'll slowly taper off. And you can see the fuel cell in there, it's got that yellowness. Something else you can do, you can change this to how much insertion, I guess. Oh, he tells you right there. Higher insertion slows reaction rate. Slow reaction rates reduce heat, energy, radiation output, and fuel consumption. Bada bing, bada boom. Everything just tells you right there. Basically, if it's like, oh crap, this is overheating, I'm producing too much, I need to chill, or it's like, this is not using a lot of energy, but I want to maintain fullness, but I'm not using as much as I'm producing. This is getting full, let's say. You just go up, you change it down to like 50%, it'll slow down. But yeah, we've done it. We have chosen the nuclear option and come out unscathed. And we are filling up beautifully with power. Now then, enough dallying around. I think, I need to think now. First off, that's done. I'm running out of options to do, I guess. I'll probably come up with some others looking at what mods exist, but that's where we're currently at. So I'm thinking either start a bit of Galacticraft, because that's, honestly, this might not happen. This might just get too tedious. Unless I can find a quick way of getting a whole lot of materials, that actually might not happen, which is kind of annoying. I might actually, here we go, here's something I can do, which I have mentioned a number of times. It is mystical, can't spell, agriculture. Got the mic in the way, I can spell. Mystical agriculture, so I can actually start, I've gotten rid of all the canola and stuff. Ow. I can start growing ores and stuff, which is going to be very slow, but that's an option. Don't know why I've never lit this up. I probably want to get into an AE2 storage system, especially because it uses very little energy at all to exist, and I'm producing a whole lot. And then if that ever stops, I've got solar power just in case, but that'll just clean up everything, especially when I'm going to get into these. The Enderman Soul I've done, Powered Spawner, and then Magnum Pearls. Bit of backlog sort of stuff. As far as pearls are concerned, I can actually just turn this on and leave it running, because Endermen spawn in here too, and obviously therefore drop pearls. It's just highly inefficient. Something I've been thinking but never done, Mistcraft. I kind of want to make this my Mistcraft room because book. And Mistcraft could potentially, because it, yeah. If you do block means what the water is replaced by. So in this case, molten inferium, which is this. And I don't actually really know how you would get the liquid back, but yeah, what the hell do you do with this? Oh, you can cast it into... Oh, it's the ingots. Okay. Anyway. But yeah, if you do mist and then block, so just in case you're wondering, at mod name space items in mod name. It took me a little bit to figure that out. Anyway, all these different things like pear liqueur, or liquor, mead, cyanite even, or yellorium and all that sort of stuff I'm producing down there I can find. But I can find something which has the water made of it, and then I can use that to kind of get a whole lot of materials. That's something I might look into, but that'll be a later thing. I mean, it won't be this video. And I'm not going to do it off camera because I want to actually at least make some of it and show off what they are whenever I go through them. Anyway, I've talked for a long time. A very long time. But we've made some good progress, and I'm happy with the way things are going. So next time I will look into this. I'm going to research how this works. But before then, I'll probably do the Mistcraft because that's really easy, really quick. So thanks for watching again. Hopefully by the next time you see me, we haven't gone, Chernobyl down here. But yeah, Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Up to you. And I will see you next time.